just realized. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Forgotten Fates, a Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 edition campaign. This is Forgotten Fates Continues. This is taking place after our last series ended, and if you want to see those, they're on YouTube. Channel links somewhere in a doobly-doo or something. I was just noticing the wonderful drawing from our missing rogue, Fudge Man.
Fudge Man? Oh.
Yes, Fudge Man.
Fudge Man. Here on Ardo is known as Fudge Man.
What the heck? Where do
You don't know.
Yeah, you don't.
I may have.
As the DM, you should probably be in Roll20. That would help.
Oh.
Originally there was just an F there, so I added the rest of the letters.
Oh, look at that.
Okay. So, yeah, this is taking place after the events of Forgotten Fates. It is taking place approximately... How long after, Sragg?
Somewhere between 2 and 3 months.
2 and 3 months. So, if that was an exact number, we're going to go 3 months, because numbers are important.
Well, that sounds good.
Okay, excellent.
Says who?
Oh, wait. Do I have to update the timekeeping?
Yeah,
Yes.
How many days and months?
3
3.
Thank
months.
You. Got it. That won't be a problem.
Okay. So in that meantime, while those 3 months have been happening, we all went back to Moonraven's Temple of Fortitude, or whatever the heck he calls it.
Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, Fortress of Solitude, Obelisk of Death.
1, 2,
I'll apply.
3. It is summertime.
And so what has everyone been doing for those 3 months?
That's a wonderful question. I think as the DM, I was probably taking it pretty easy during those 3 months.
Yeah, so Moon gave us free range to do whatever we wanted in his tower. That's what I just heard.
No. Me, not Moon.
But you're all the characters. That's how it works.
Oh, okay. Also, I'm afraid that the tides might not have worked properly, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Let's start off with Dermot. What were you doing for those?
I was
3
doing
months?
some things.
Oh, shit. I don't know what I was doing.
Dermot, after coming back, he had just successfully murdered Kel's grandmother,
Yes.
if I recall correctly. That was an interesting thing. He was a little fucked up after that.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of went full feral, and it was messy.
Yep. That was a very heart touch moment there.
So I think he kind of he hung out by the tower, but was kind of just maybe recentering himself in the forest. As centered as Dermot can be, like, he's an asshole, he always will be an asshole. 0 fucks given for most people's feelings. But that messed him up a bit.
To fill out a little bit more on the background, your friendly neighborhood rogue, Ardo, and Eve as well, left with the Colby and Rickleman and Smurs. They went off to deal with the mess that you made, basically. Y'all were sitting there around the table. Well, we've got this primal deity that we've awoken. What are we going to do about that? And you were told you're not going to do anything about that. That's for us to handle.
Yeah, that shit's above our pay grade.
Yeah.
That's that we made.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what. Yeah, y'all are completely responsible for this. Everyone in the world's aware of that.
Didn't Moon have a hand in this? Like, I'm pretty sure he sent us and helped us, so he's an accomplice at the minimum.
Oh no, he washed his hands of the whole matter.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way. Sorry.
So I got this new spell
That's not
guide.
the story I told everybody I've been seeing.
I got this new spell, guys. It's called Modify Memory. I can modify memory. Things happen differently.
Yeah. So that's why y'all remember things as you do now. Now you know what the bard's been doing for the last couple of months.
Yes. Changing things.
Yes, trying his best to fix things. But so Ardo won't be Eve was joining up with them, and Ardo went along as basically her guardian.
Yeah, so he's gone for at least 6 years.
Something like that, yeah.
6 years.
And Dara, which y'all managed to rescue.
How did we do that again?
Why?
How
Say
did we
that?
do it? Not why.
Oh, with Gretchen gone, her curse was,
Oh, okay. Oh, it was
Yeah.
her curse.
Yep. There was, she ended up owning her. That's what it was.
Mhm. Yeah, she had the card.
She had the card.
Oh, okay.
Kel got it, but we couldn't do anything.
But right,
with
but it
with
wasn't her
gone.
curse, was it?
No, that was a mistake. Y'all managed to cure the curse. You had that, but you just didn't have the card. With
But wasn't
Gretchen
she
gone,
gonna
you got
like
the
die of
card.
other stuff too?
Yeah, but y'all had the remedy for that. You just didn't have the card.
Oh, okay.
You did have the scroll to cure the other stuff.
Gotcha.
So,
Potion
all
of
of
cure
these
other
things-
stuff.
All these things that were stacked up to make sure Andara never managed to get back, y'all managed to circumvent and got her back. Once she arrived back,
Cool,
she
like that.
immediately looked around and left. Right?
So clearly the first face she saw was Dermot's.
Well, obviously her primary concern would have been about Eve, because that was the original task before she went into the card.
Mm-hmm.
Getting Eve to the city and that was probably explained to her, I assumed, and she was just
Yeah,
like,
she
"Oh,
she got it explained that y'all arrived at the city, destroyed the city, now she had nowhere to go, so she was off with the...
right." She was kind of like, "Well, the job here is done," and because she had all certain information that had been made available to her from her deity, etc., she returned to her order to
Yeah,
alert
she-
them and relay information and that sort of deal.
She did have a strange lack of communication with her deity, so she was going to go check that out.
Hmm.
Sensing that Eve was in the good hands of this new group that they call themselves the Revengers, I believe. I don't know.
Guardians of Faerunixy.
Yeah, something like that. Okay. Oh, what's this? Lots of little noises.
Did she say anything else, or did she just like say peace, I'm out?
Did she say anything else to them, or was it, like you said, like, it's peace, I'm out, don't really care. Forget you guys.
Oh hell no! You guys are on your own now.
Mic drop, took sprinkles, and took off. Literally.
No, sorry, I missed anything. Is that
Yeah.
it?
And Andara didn't say anything else. She took sprinkles and took off.
Yeah, well, she would have said, "I'll have to return." You know, she would have let the party know that that she needs to return her order for important business, and you know, she would say goodbye and that sort of thing. Thank you for apparently rescuing me from this, whatever the heck it was. She would probably say that I'll send word, you know, once I get there to let you know if I need you or if there's any information I feel that's important to the group.
And this was...
Don't
bear in
call
mind,
me.
about
I'll call
2.5
you.
months ago.
Yeah. You probably haven't heard anything, despite that.
Oh, and Donkey also went with Colby, by the way. So that's done. Donkey abandoned you as well.
Abandoned you.
I just wanted to get that out there.
Yeah, that makes sense that Donkey would be
The mule
Okay.
named Donkey.
Colby. The mule named Donkey.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Very long-lived mule. All right then. What's about your gnome? What did he... Felix, what did he take up his time doing?
Felix was probably really happy to be in this sanctuary of arcane goodies. He would probably read as many books as he could, work on some of his alchemical prowess, miscellaneous projects and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Improving his skills he knew about the whole Oz situation, so he would probably be getting as much information about him as he could, and comparing his techniques to Ost and that sort of deal, and figuring out what the scoop was, if what he was had any relation to his abilities and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So mostly just being
Awesome.
working at his trade, improving his skills, being learned.
I'm trying to become Ost 2.0, pretty much.
Yeah, well, not necessarily to replace him, but kind of figuring out how he fits in the alchemical world.
Okay. Now that there's that huge void left.
He would probably be especially curious with the Oz potions and dissecting those and maybe trying to improve on them and that sort of stuff. If those were his claim to fame, so to speak.
As they all lost their power the moment he disappeared, you're going to have to be trying to recreate them from memory for the most part.
Right. No, he would try and read up on any information that was there, if there is any, you know what I mean? That sort of thing.
Right. All right. Well, Mally and Fayne. Let's start with Mally. Although
Yes.
I'm pretty sure y'all were y'all still joined at the hip for the most part during the
Yeah, pretty much.
downtime?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
So what did you do, Mally? What was going on in the last couple of months?
We probably left just a couple of times, didn't make a big fuss about it, and made good use of Moon's kitchen, and she improved her baking skills.
Okay. So you've been traveling around a little bit, short trips, gone a
Yeah.
couple of days at a time,
Yeah,
and the rest of the time you've been here baking.
correct.
What have you been baking?
All sorts of stuff. Everything.
Okay, so cookies, brownies, and potatoes.
Yep.
You name it, you bake it.
Exactly.
All right. Fayne, have you been doing anything interesting, useful, notable?
Eating the
Fayne
bacon.
would have been working on his blacksmithing, as well as refining his skill with the bastard sword.
Simple no would have sufficed.
And guarding the bakery.
Yeah, and of course, yeah.
And gaining 50 pounds from eating all the bacon.
Okay. All right then. So he's been working on his blacksmithing and
Yeah.
gaining weight. That works.
And he's been losing the weight by practicing refining his skills with the bastard sword.
Oh,
Gaining and losing.
right.
Exercise.
Yeah. Why not? Exercise.
He started instructing a calisthenics class every day.
And one and two and one and two.
You hear him holler out for the armor stretcher.
That's that's how you stretch on the rack.
Uh,
Your pre-workout stretches on the rack.
Hell, heck, if that's the case, he grew an extra foot.
All right.
Stretch on the rack.
Kel. The only thing that would be more interesting to you that Cindric's come and gone a few times during that period. Other than that, I don't think anyone else would have cared about that. It's the only reason I mentioned it to you. What happened to you over the last 3 months?
I think at first he would be very paranoid of people spying on him.
Yeah.
So he'd be taking precautions to see if there's anyone detecting, scrying kind of thing, wards against evil, until he realized there was none of that happening.
Oh, hang on.
I'm in the tower doing that.
Back just a second. So you were being paranoid and checking around. You would have noticed that at no point did you ever feel like you weren't being watched.
By whom?
You're not really sure. It just seems like the tower itself has been paying attention to you.
That's fine. I meant by other sources
Okay.
outside the tower.
Yeah, no. You never felt that anything could get to you from in there, but You did never feel alone completely
While I
when you
was-
started checking it.
All the paintings as you pass, like the eyes follow you. And...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with.
They move
I
back.
kind of expected that. But what I mean is like outside influence, and during that time I would have been practicing my alchemy, studying random books in this tower because I'm sure it's loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Once I determined no one was watching, I would have ventured out to taverns,
Okay.
played some music,
Okay. Yeah.
and the occasional offhand conversation with Sindrick.
Okay. Did you ever travel with Mally and Fayne when they went out, or did y'all just basically go separate ways?
I don't know what they were doing. Did they...
I know I wouldn't have had a problem with them coming.
They would be going to the surrounding towns.
I probably
She is an ambassador, so she would be going and talking with any officials that she could get in contact with in the local area.
I probably would have went a few times.
Okay.
If it was fun, I would have kept going. If it wasn't, then I wouldn't have.
Okay.
It was
Fair
fun.
enough.
Where are you going? Is it gonna be fun?
Is there a bar there?
But I
Yes,
mean,
there's a
did I
bar.
have fun there?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was about the same as being alone. You had as much fun as you would on your own.
Really selling that, aren't you?
Yeah, that's really subtle. You're not doing a very good job.
Well,
of
you know, I'm not trying to sell your point because you're a military guy and she's an ambassador. Y'all don't really seem like the life of the party. Just saying.
But I am.
You don't know what
Yeah.
I'm doing in the forest.
You definitely made it more fun while you were there.
Okay.
All right then.
And 1 and 2 and 1 and 2.
Well, over your 3 months, you finally got some rest. Doesn't feel like the whole world's falling apart anymore. I'm sure every now and then one of you would wake up in a cold sweat. But I don't think you had it quite as bad as the group that came before you. Nothing that pressing anymore. I'm sure there's occasional feelings of being a little lost, right? Need some direction, need something to have to go do right now before the end of the world. Nothing like that?
No, I
Wait
think
for the end of the what world?
Oh, we have to go do this right now before the world blows up? None of
Oh,
that?
you mean we didn't have that intending
Right, yes.
urgency?
Yeah, so I'm sure
Yeah.
someone, at least one of you probably every now and then felt lost with it.
We were probably like ego tripping, like yeah, we just saved the world.
Yep.
Deal. Time for a break.
Good.
Good.
I'm glad that it went
Good.
well with that.
Your confidence. It's funny.
So,
legends in our own minds.
That's it.
No, Felix would probably be interested in looking into things to prevent such things from happening and that sort of deal for his studies.
well, it just so happens that this particular day, 3 months in, that oh, hang on, that somebody's sending stuff on Skype. Give me just a minute.
Just so happens that someone's saying something on Skype.
What's Skype?
You hear this voice echo in the tower.
No, it's the secret message.
Skype's the name of the carrier pigeons.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay.
What is specifically
Yeah.
someone's sending something on Skype. Here it comes.
Actually, we're keeping that. So there's a carrier pigeon named Skype that hangs out quite often. Every time. He's really noisy, though. He'll ram right into your helmet and make a ding sound every time he gets there. Clumsy bird.
It's better than
But he
the,
never loses the message.
Yeah.
Even though some things are sometimes lost in translation.
it's better than the parrot we had that every time something happens, he's like, uh-oh.
The parrot. Oh,
So, it just so happens that this particular day, though, Dermot's gotten back from a day of, well, I guess ranging, since that's kind of what rangers do.
ranging.
Yeah, I've been providing the tower with like various dead animals to eat.
Hey, Darren, what are you up to today? Ranging!
How does he solve all that food?
The day before, Mally, Fayne, and Kel came back from another excursion. Successful meeting with another local lord. Definitely extending friendly welcome towards Thay. Or getting the relations a little bit better than they were. I mean, everyone usually thinks of y'all as some type of tyrants, but you're definitely changing their opinions.
Good job.
Well,
Yeah.
Kel, you're probably a little bit more wealthy than you were when we left off, too. If you've been doing a lot of playing.
Okay.
I'd say over that amount of time, you probably picked up at least 400 gold that you didn't spend.
Nice.
Fayne, your blacksmithing, you would have added 5 points.
Okay.
Mally, the same for your baking skills. Profession baking, 5 points.
Excellent.
Profession alchemy, 5 points. To Felix. Good luck with that. Added as a miscellaneous bonus. Survival check for Dermot, 5 points.
Woohoo.
And
with the alchemy or the studying or the performing.
well, if you're gonna do that,
I'm just
you
asking.
get 1 point in profession sassiness. No.
Hold on.
What do you want? What did you do more of, the playing or the alchemy?
Playing.
Okay. Then 3 points in profession, or 3 points in perform, and 2 points in alchemy.
Did you learn any new instruments like saxophone or clarinet?
Not yet.
Piccolo flute.
You could call you Kelly G.
You could do that now.
All miscellaneous bonus, just for time spent into it. Everyone get their miscellaneous bonus reward.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Don't spend it all in one place.
I don't even know where in the heck my sheet is. I'm looking for it right now.
Did it fall out of your pocket?
Oh crap, there it is on the ground. That's right next to this.
Oh.
Not so blank, maybe?
Well, like I was saying, I had to get that out before we went further. You're all back in the tower,
Mm-hmm.
and each of you throughout the day has received a summons to a dinner invitation from Moon to try to get you into the same room at the same time.
Ooh, fancy.
Mm-hmm. Since everyone's in, he's gonna celebrate a little bit. Dermot brought in a particularly nice wild boar that night, so he's gonna have it prepared. Once everyone, which I'm assuming, let's ask, is everyone planning to attend?
I will be.
Yes.
Well, I guess I should.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Then we'll pick up from there. Servants bring the food in. I say servants, mostly floating dishes. Unseen servants. You look confused, sir.
Me?
Yes, you.
Yeah, it's because I'm looking for my sheet. I don't know where
Okay. I was
The,
like,
Oh, I found
the
it.
unseen
It's a
servants
spell.
are quite perplexing.
I found it. I was just like, crap. If the sheet's gone, like, this is gonna be
Okay.
really complicated.
Felix fades from existence.
Yeah. What's that in the soup bowl? He's gone.
Don't eat the soup.
Yeah.
A thief got the stew. I knew it.
Everyone is around the dinner table being served. Moon comes in carrying a bottle and a glass and a book floating in front of him, and asks, so how are you enjoying your stay, everyone? Good relaxing time, I'm hoping? Had plenty of time to recuperate?
I guess I kind of just look around like, yeah, seems pretty good.
Yes, very nice, sir.
I just squinty eye at him. What do you want?
Ah, right to the point, huh? Well,
Well, if anything in these last couple of months has taught me is nobody wants something for free or for nothing.
oh no, I don't intend to send you after anything unrewarded. I just figured if you were not doing anything, maybe looking for something to do, perhaps wanted to check out some ancient ruins, maybe somewhere.
Oh my, ancient ruins! Count me in.
There's old magic there. The spells and wards have probably fallen into severe disrepair. I'm totally not sure what kind of effect they would have on anyone nearby. You'll probably find spell-warped creatures. A fireball may not be a fireball anymore. If you get what I'm saying, you know how magic does tend to go bad over time, as odd as that may seem.
I just look at everybody else. Because I don't have a fucking clue.
Would
Well-
I know if that's true or false?
Yes, you know that to be a true, but it takes an exceptionally long time for stuff like that to occur.
Okay. I'll say, oh my, must be a very old ruin then.
Yes, there's a set of scrolls.
Goodness.
Very important.
Important to whom? I kind of smile.
To anyone of arcane study, I will point out. I believe it's called Myth Dranor. Have you ever heard of the place?
Have I? Do you need me to roll something for that, or?
Yeah, roll knowledge history.
Have I heard of anything about that?
Yeah, probably better.
Roll
kill it.
bardic knowledge.
Knowledge history, so that would just be the what? Knowledge. Okay, there it is. I see it. Okay.
Ouch. Ow. Just hit my shit.
Okay.
I think Kel definitely got something with his plus 26.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. With that, he treads something up.
He
Okay.
pulled out a book of every event that ever happened regarding this place.
Myth Dranor was arguably one of the richest and most dangerous adventuring sites in all of Faerun. It's actually dozens of sites in roughly the same location. The ruined remains of an ancient elven and human city that was once the greatest magical place in the world. It's the seat of an incredibly powerful civilization, with gold and magic items and other worthwhile debris still rest everywhere here, along with their magical guardians and invading creatures. Human, non-human, and monstrous adventurers who enter the ruins frequently leave their possessions on their corpses, and even their souls behind, as new pickings for the next vile cult or ambitious magician or adventuring party that comes by. In centuries past, a form of elven high magic known as a mithril protected the ruins. When the elves moved to Evermeet, the mithril weakened. The laws of magic vary inside of the Myth Dranor. but most of the space and time distortion effects created by it have faded.
So did Kel say all that to us?
Yeah, he's spitting out, and what he doesn't get, Moon finishes, telling you about this area.
Kel's like, that Mithranor? The one
Yeah.
that I know everything about?
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds fairly lucrative.
It can be, but it will be quite dangerous.
Do we necessarily have the skills to deal with this kind of adventure?
Oh,
I mean, I don't know
don't
jack
see.
about magic.
I don't see why not. You've proven quite capable thus far.
But she knows quite a bit about magic.
Who's she? Who'd you look at?
Our Thay wizard.
Okay. Oh,
What?
right. Yeah.
She was spacing out.
Taking them all.
She does that sometimes.
Does it sound
You think you're up to this, wizard?
Sounds great. Let's go.
excellent?
I have no idea what they're talking about, but it sounds great.
She was too busy scrutinizing the cook.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're willing to take it on. You'll be quite well rewarded.
What?
Well, whatever you want, should you bring me back the case containing the scrolls. They contain secrets that one such as myself could use in the, say, even creation of minor artifacts.
Do the scrolls have names? Are we to open the container?
You should not open the container, and I would prefer not to give you the exact details on it. It would be better if you didn't know.
Okay.
Just know that it is a golden case containing 25 said scrolls.
How do we know whether we have it?
You'll most assuredly know if they're the correct ones. The power radiating from them will be blinding.
Is that something we have to worry about?
Not as long as you don't try to detect magic on them, and you get them back to me as quickly as possible. With your teleportation magic, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Don't try to teleport in or out of the ruins, though. Bit of nasty business, no telling what could happen. I would say try to teleport at least 100, maybe 100 miles north of it, and head that way on foot. No telling what could happen otherwise.
I assume you'll identify anything else we find, and we can keep it?
Certainly. Anything else in there is a consolation prize of yours.
So do you know where we're looking?
In a courtyard in the castle in the center of this ruin, there'll be a great tree. That tree's actually hollow. The case will be inside.
Okay.
Any description of the case? Or
Golden?
I missed that part.
Yeah. A gold box, about yay big. Should be arcane etchings on the outside, maybe a couple of pictures, elves and moons and that kind of such. Yeah.
Actually made of gold.
Yes.
How heavy is
Gold.
this box?
I would say the box, probably about the same weight as your halfling companion. Soaking
the
wet.
guy that used to chuck him around. Oh wait, never mind.
Golden box. Out of character, I'm thinking like Ark of the Covenant. It doesn't actually work.
Exactly.
You open it and we melt.
It works with the Nazis.
I mean, we are working for Moon.
There are several other items I'm interested in as well. If you'd rather go after one of them first, this is kind of the crown jewel, I would say, but I would like to have the most time with those. That's assuming you're even interested in the job.
Well,
I'm quite interested. I'm not sure of the others, but I'll definitely go along if we can get a group of us together on some task.
I'll be honest, I've got nothing better to do.
Well, I appreciate your honesty.
I've got
And the
nothing to
rest
do
of
but
you?
rage.
So I guess we'll set out in the morning.
Wonderful. Any supplies you might need?
I don't know. What are we expected to face in here?
Ancient, dangerous magic, spell-warped creatures, perhaps a couple of cults. You never know. Other adventurers of yourself, maybe sane, maybe not. Who knows what they've run into?
About how far away is this? Or did I miss that as well?
Oh, it's a decent ways to the south. Nothing a teleport won't handle.
I was
There's
just
a
about
safe
to ask.
There's a safe spot that I know of that's, like I said, about 100 miles north of the city, and I know out of the range of anything that the warped magic will do. I recommend, like I said, do not use any type of transport spell while you're inside the city. Who knows if all of you will make it out? And by all of you, I mean all of that person that used it.
Oh,
Inside's on the outside type thing, eh?
Pardon?
Inside's on your outside.
Quite possibly, yes. Very dangerous. I'm sure I can try to find an old map. I might be one of the only ones that would have one.
Well, let's meet in the armory in the morning and pick out what we need.
What would we know of warped creatures? Would we know anything at all about, like, if they'd be using curses or that sort of thing, or
You'll know
kind of
from that
magic?
point that it could be anything. You might find a creature that used to be a rabbit that's actually a 40-foot tall blob. Or
vice versa?
you may run into a chicken that's actually a pit fiend. There's no telling.
A chicken, it's a pit fiend. Chicken Baylor.
There really is no telling what you could run into when you get that stuff involved.
Note to self: kill all chickens for awesome XP.
I would hit that chicken.
You say you'd hit that chicken?
I wouldn't.
I'd hit that chicken.
Beware El Polo Diablo.
Right.
I will leave y'all to discuss it with the remainder of dinner. I'll head up to my personal library and see if I can't find that old map.
So we're thinking we're dealing with mostly ghosts in here?
What'd you say?
Mostly ghosts?
I'm sure there will be some there. I'd be more concerned with the corporeal type.
Sorry, I'm imagining Darren saying that, and he looks like slightly concerned about ghosts. Like those are his one fear. Is there gonna be
Ghosts?
ghosts in there? He's like looking over his
So
shoulder.
ghosts? What kind of creatures?
Like I say, I think I really would expect the spell warped or rival adventurers to be your biggest concern. Any native undead, while there may be some remnants clinging on, would most likely been wiped out and replaced with undead adventurers, perhaps. It's a very popular spot. There's so much there that's still uncovered.
Okay, so I'm bringing shit to deal with everything.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't really prepare you any better. It's not the kind of place I'd be caught in, I know that. Oh, well, anyhow. I'll talk to you in the morning.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
With that, he
Good
walks up the wall and heads into a door that's on the ceiling.
Well, Rocky. Oh, Rocky's not here. I'm gonna head back to my lab. I think it's this way. Woo, a little bit too much of that wine.
Lightweight.
Yes. I mean, our friend over here with his calisthenics has put on a little weight, but I'm still about the same.
Any other discussion going on between party members?
No, I say we'll meet back in the armory and figure out what we're bringing. First light.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna go to break right now. Thanks for watching hour number 1. We'll be back in a few minutes on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, tune in tomorrow for the next one. If you really like it, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and leave some comments. We like reading those. See you in a bit.